Truth Nigeria is reporting that at least 60 people have been massacred in the ongoing genocide in Nigeria just this week. Well, Building Zion's Alex Barbier is here with the details. My friend, what can you tell us?
Just yesterday in Kauru of Kaduna State, Nigeria, over 30 Christians were killed. 30. And what witnesses told me is that this attack took place for almost 4 hours. The military was nowhere to be found. The police were nowhere to be found. Any security force, nobody came to stop them. Nobody came to apprehend. Nobody came to shoo away the terrorists that were attacking. And so this is the situation that we're finding happening all the time. I mean, recently where there was a Fulani leader who was killed, the Fulani came, they went and killed like 20 Christians. Just today as I'm speaking, over 10 more were killed in that same small county. And it still remains, there's no justice for now the dozens of Christians that have been killed. Yet when that one Fulani leader was killed, supposedly by Christians, within a day, 20 people were arrested. And so this is what we're seeing across Nigeria.
Okay, why is no one talking about this? You know, you sent me some photos. The ones that you sent me that we can use are going to put on like the thumb or whatever. But there are some of the photos that you sent me. So Daniel is my friend who's editing this. You're gonna have to cover this, Daniel. But I have to show it. Like I don't know what else to do. Like, I mean, it's clearly that we're gonna have to blur this. So Daniel, you're gonna have to blur this. But this is like images of people's necks chopped open, machetes, their head, another guy's neck that's been chopped open, the back of his neck has been chopped open. I mean, why is no one talking about this? And worse, why are there so many people saying this isn't happening?
I mean, it's vile. And I understand that people don't want to see these things. But the reality is, unless you actually see what is happening, you're not really going to be moved. And so if we continue to censor things to where nobody sees the reality, because if I know that if other people had this happen to their daughter, to their son, to their mother, to their father, there is nothing that they would not do, no stone they would not turn to be able to go and give justice to defend them. But this isn't even a mainstream media. I mean, the media is not even covering it. And you have the lobbying group that is fighting against and specifically telling Trump and the U.S. government that this, Christians are being protected in Nigeria. But then on a daily basis, this is what we're seeing. I mean, just as Judd and Truth Nigeria reported, I mean, it's more than 60. I mean, because they're not even accounting what happened just today and what happened, you have in Mangu, what happened in Kauru. I mean, it's happening all the time and it's continuing. Like, it has not stopped. And I know Trump obviously dropped bombs in the Northwest and Northeast, but that was against ISIS. Those are not even the people who are primarily killing the Christians. I mean, ISIS is not in Kaduna State. ISIS is not in Plateau. ISIS is not in Benue. And that is where Christians, like Truth Nigeria talked about, are being massacred. That's what we're talking about today, 30 Christians.
Okay, let's do this. As someone who has been there many times, I mean, you've dedicated your life to rebuilding these communities, maybe for the next minute or two, can you be as specific as possible? Where have these attacks happened? How do we know that this happened? Like, basically, to the skeptic out there, can you spend maybe the next minute or two being as specific as possible? What's happened this week?
So first, I want to preface with my own personal first-person experience. These are things that cannot be argued. Yes, you can push back against people who've never been, never seen, never heard, never been threatened. But you cannot push back against the ones who've actually seen, the ones who've risked their life to be able to tell the truth. And so I want to give you an example of last year in 2025 of April when I was there, actually not far from where this attack just took place in Kauru, where 30 were killed. They attacked a village called Zike. It's in Plateau State. It borders Kaduna State. They killed over 50 Christians. And I went there the following morning. Smoke is still rising. People are flailing in the street crying. I mean, over 20 homes were destroyed, 50 people killed. We rebuilt that village the next week because nobody's coming to help those people. And then you go to Yelwada, you have 271 Christians that were murdered. And then the government and even the governor is saying, oh, it was only 30, it was only 50, it's only 60. There were never 300 Christians killed. You can go to the memorial, 271 were murdered in one attack, over 100 homes. We went and we rebuilt that village. When I was on the ground, there was literally bones that I was holding that still remained in the rubble 6 months after the attack took place. Fragments of hip, of legs, of arms, literal bones. I held them. I have pictures of this. You can't argue this. There were bones of children in that house that I was in with the bones. There were 6 children that were killed. And even when I was in Nigeria last time, one of the villages that we're helping to rebuild, some Fulani came and they killed the family. One of my own workers took a machete to his head like 2 months ago. And so these are all facts. They cannot be argued as first person experiences. And it has not stopped. It has not ceased. And the government, the security forces are not actively fighting or standing against this. They're not stopping it. They're not apprehending the terrorists. They literally are allowing it to happen. And whatever the media wants to push is in contradiction to the truth from the ground. And that is why you have so many people that are trying to censor this, to silence it. But as a Christian, we have to stand for what is right and what is true. And that's why we have been called to give justice to the oppressed, to stand with the ones who have no rights, who are afflicted, to rescue the weak and the needy, to deliver them from the hands of the wicked. This is what the Lord has called us to do. And so that's why I've devoted a lot of my life now, my heart, because I'm like, I can't go see people's heads being cut off and villages burned and then stand in silence. And so that's why we're going to continue to show the truth.
Brother, I can barely look at my WhatsApp when I get images from you and Masara and, Mike Ode James, people in Nigeria, let alone actually being there like you. Specifically with people that have become flashpoints, or not flashpoints, that are at least reporting it, like Masara Kim, like Mike Ode James, like Reverend Ezekiel Ducomo, I think I'm saying that correctly. Can you tell what happened to his family recently?
Literally, 9 members of his family were slaughtered. They were directly targeted. And we know that they have a bounty on his head. They want to kill him because he is the most prominent voice in Nigeria for the persecuted. He has full-time security because of this. I mean, they're calling for the same things for me because I stand with him. I've also stand for the truth. And so we have to know that the utmost of evil is happening in Nigeria, and leaders from the top are allowing it. And what's worse is that countries outside of Nigeria who say they stand for freedom, they stand for righteousness, they stand for goodness, are not defending, are not helping. They're not crushing the evil. And it's just, when I see these things again and again and again, it truly crushes me, because it doesn't become normal to see a person be chained behind their back and to have their neck cut in half.
I can only vouch for what images I've been sent from, not just you, probably like 10, 15 different people at this point. The images are unbearable that I've seen in the past year and a half, 2 years. I try to talk to my friends about it. I'm like, hey, can you just like be here with me and look at these photos? Like, dude, like my friends are like, I love you, man, but I can't look at that. I'm like, I know, but like I have to.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine
a 1-year-old was killed in Ezekiel's attack.
Say that again?
A 1-year-old was killed in Ezekiel's family. And 30% of the victims of this attack in Kaduna were children. And so we are watching children and women, the most susceptible of society, being slaughtered, and we are allowing it.
Let's say on the off chance President Trump, Vice President Vance, Marco Rubio is watching this video right now. What would your message to them be?
Stand by the words that you're saying. The things that you say you believe in and stand for. Let that actually be true in real life, in action. Because you have people that are misleading the US government, saying that Nigeria is cooperating, that Nigeria is fighting terrorism, that Christians are being protected, that terrorism is over. But on the ground, it is the complete opposite. It may be worse than it ever has, because on a daily basis, they are being killed. And it's not even just, it is brutal, it is vile, it is evil, it is cutting people in half, it's putting them into pieces, it's burning children to be charcoal. And I don't know, I don't care how much money you have, how much influence you have, how much authority you have. I could never stand by and see these types of things happen to innocent people. And so, yes, America is not the police of the world. But if you say you are a Christian nation, you say you stand for freedom, then you cannot sit in America and watch these types of things happening to innocent people.
Alex, I feel your frustration, my friend. I know you're doing your part. Hopefully this video does our part.
Trying to rebuild trying to build security towers around these villages. I mean, that's what we're doing. You know, we can build 25-foot watchtowers so they can at least defend their families, defend their villages, have early warnings. You know, if they see attackers that are coming, at least they can tell their families, run, get out. We can at least save lives. And so we're trying to do what we can in our own power. You know, we can't control the full security architecture in Nigeria and force leaders to cooperate and do what's right. We cannot do that. But we can at least say that we're not going to forsake those people. We're going to help them however we can help them. If that's rebuilding, if that's watchtowers, if that's training local people in different tactics of how to protect their families, if that's bringing aid, awareness. I mean, there's so many different things that we can do and we are doing. And so that's all that we can say.
Alex, I think unfortunately we're going to have another one of these videos and another one of these videos because nothing seems to change. But let's pray that the right people watch this, the right people make the decisions to end this. But as for now, Alex, thank you, my friend, and God bless.
God bless.